Zorn's Dungeon is the first role-playing game to be played through the YouTube live stream chat. You're not just watching the game anymore, your character is involved in the action. Spawn a level 0 character, throw them into the blood cage, and watch them fight for their lives. Death is permanent, but survivors can reach level 1 for even greater adventure as the game develops. Here's how to play in under 5 minutes. Step 1. Spawn your character. To play, just type bang spawn, that's ! spawn, in the YouTube live stream chat anytime Zorn's Dungeon is being played live. The game instantly rolls a level 0 character with 3d6 stats straight down the line. There's also a 1 in 6 chance of rolling a random demi-human. Your starting HP determines your destiny. Low health means wizards and thieves, while high health means you get to be a fighter, paladin, or barbarian. Every character's linked to your YouTube username, so you know which is yours, and we know who's playing. Each character also gets a unique ID or dog tag. You can also see which characters belong to rare professions or have particularly exceptional stats. Remember, level 0 is brutal, so spawn multiple characters to have backups ready. But be aware there's a 30-second global cooldown on the bang spawn command. If you don't get in on your first try, just try again. The chatbot will confirm what characters are created in the live stream chat. Step 2. The draft. Newly spawned characters enter the tavern. The only way out for a level 0 character is to be drafted into a 12-person party for the blood cage. When it's time to assemble a party, the system drafts in this priority. 1. Super VIPs, which the Game Master reserves for special guests or situations. 2. VIPs. Channel members get free VIP status once a month, and anyone can send in super chats to make one of their characters a VIP. Super chats with a specific dog tag attached guarantee that character will receive VIP status. Otherwise, the system will choose one of your characters at random. Gifting memberships also gets you and the person gifted a VIP character. 3. Active chatters. If you've commented in the live stream chat within the last hour, you get priority right behind VIPs. So if you're watching, participate in the chat to make it more likely that your character will get in on the fight. 4. The general pool. If there are still draft spaces left, then they're open to anyone else in the tavern. Yes, even if you're offline, your tavern characters are at risk and may be drafted. Note that the draft prioritizes having as many different players as possible in the party, so you usually won't have 2 of your own characters in the same cage. Step 3. Into the blood cage. Once the party forms, the doors open, monsters spawn, and the auto battle begins. You get to sit back and watch the bloody drama unfold. As the cage takes damage and the blood bar fills, Zorn might intervene. At 33% health loss, he might order his goblin archers to loose a volley into the heroes, or later drop a gore strider behind your lines if you're having too easy a time. And for the crunch lovers, combat, movement, spells, and all other rules are handled by the Hacked Edge game system, our custom rule set based on old school essentials. Step 4. Triage and leveling. When the dust settles, surviving PCs are hauled up to the winch room. If a character was knocked unconscious, they only survive if they have teammates still standing at the end. Otherwise, the monsters put them to the sword. Survivors earn a blood drop next to their name to indicate they lived through the ordeal. Once in the winch room, goblin medics attempt to heal individual wounds, restoring 1 HP per wound per success. Then the fairy checks HP. Anyone with enough HP to reach level 1 gets promoted, receives their class, and gets a free, full restoration of HP and spells. This is the only free magical healing in the game. Level 1 characters also earn the right to have a name. Type bang name dog tag new name in the chat to name them, or rename them on zornsdungeon.com. Step 5. Rest and return. Finally, characters are sorted to their next location. First, all dead characters are sent to the graveyard. It's their final resting place. Those characters who are still wounded are sent to the infirmary. There, wounds and spells heal in real time according to the Hacked Edge rules, meaning severe injuries may take several actual 24-hour days to recover. To keep playing, bang spawn more characters to have them ready to go. Healthy characters are sent to the stable to safely rest. They have earned their reprieve. Want to send a character back into the action and perhaps earn a second blood drop? Just move the character you want from the stable back to the tavern. You can do this at zornsdungeon.com or by typing bang T for tavern plus the dog tag of the character you want to move in the chat. You can check rosters, locations, and all of our leaderboards, tracking boss kills, maximum damage, highest XP, anytime at zornsdungeon.com/tavern. Alright, that's all you need to know to get playing Zorn's Dungeon on the live stream. Get your bang spawn ready, and we'll see you in the cage. Hey everybody, hey, welcome, good evening, good evening. Man, I feel like this has been an incredible 24 hours. I've been super busy. I have been trying as best as I possibly could to get through all of last night's issues, because I watched the live stream over and I didn't quite get finished working on all of the issues from last night, so I didn't get a change log out. Some things are fixed. Some things are fixed but when I'm going through about the episode, about the first half of the episode got fixed. And then I have the punch list written down for the second half of the episode. There was a lot of stuff going on that we noticed about pathfinding last night. And I really want to make sure that we get those right, because that's the kind of thing that as we go forward and deeper into the game, targeting, pathfinding, all of that right. We had a couple of problems with the portcullis monsters, and remember Victor Argyle didn't quite pathfind right. I can't promise that all of that is fixed right now. Like, I was up until 2 o'clock in the morning yesterday, and then I got up and was working this all day and got home and was still finishing the review of the episode. So I'm still trying to review the episodes we're going forward. So that's going on. Hey everybody, welcome to Zorn's Dungeon. Welcome to Zorn's Dungeon. I saw all kinds of amazing things in the chat before we even got started. I want to talk about them. I'm Heath. I'll be, I guess I'm your game master, but I'm certainly your commentator for Zorn's Dungeon tonight. So I do want to point this out, though, before we get into this. This is really important. Let me go over here to share the screen. Let's see. I just saw that we now have... Wait, I don't see that sharing. Just 1 second. Why is my screen not sharing? Just 1 second. Let me reload. Okay, I think that was a StreamYard hiccup. I'm sorry, guys. Can you hear me? Let me see if I can do this right now. Well, hold on. I've got to restart everything. I think that was a StreamYard hiccup. All of a sudden, StreamYard wouldn't let me broadcast anything. I am sorry about that, but I had to do a complete reset right there. I think that was a StreamYard hiccup. I hope everybody can see me right now. I got to reset my servers right here. Let's try this again. Okay, looks like the servers are live. Okay, I got my screen back up. Let's see if I can share the screen this time. Let's see if I can share the screen this time. Here we go. Looks like the bots are back online. Come on, let me screen share. Easy. It's easy peasy. Just let me screen share. There we go. Okay, I am sorry, guys. I think that looked like a StreamYard snafu. I am sorry. So I had to reset something. Okay, all right. Yes, Zorn was clearly messing with my setup. What I was just noticing was that we have right over here. We now have 101 players of the game. We have 101 players. I noticed that we have spawned 1,111 characters. We have killed 415 characters there, but the 101 and just a moment ago we had wished 100. So that is the big thing right there. I mean, here's to all of you guys right here. 100 players in the game, 100 players in the game. Here's to everybody right here. Hero spawned 1012. I just saw somebody spawn another. So that's a big milestone. We've done 20 episodes. We've got 100 players. Thank you, everybody. Some people asked last night, well, is there a limit to the number of characters that you can spawn? There will be when I can get to it. There will be a limit to the number of characters you can spawn, but at the moment there is not. So if you hit exclamation point spawn up there on the top of the screen, hit exclamation point spawn, bang spawn. You can spawn characters basically as much as you want, but there's a 30-second global cooldown, but there will be a limit later. Okay. Let's see, looking down over here. So how many likes? Yeah, we got to get to 20 likes and then we will get the blessing of the fairy. Please let me know if you see that we've got 20 likes. Let's see who is here. Let's see, stuff going on. Angel G, welcome, Angel G. Thank you very much for being here. I saw that you were a new name in the chat. Welcome. It is great to have you tonight. Thank you very much. Great to have you. Okay, so now also over here, over here. Okay, there were things in the chat that I wanted to talk about before we got started. Where can I find my? Not there. I started some comments that I want to respond to. What is going on? Okay, I'm trying to get to my starred comments. Oh, starred right here. Here we go. Oh, it wiped my starred comments when I had to reset. Oh, that's what's going on. Okay, let me go back up the top because there were some things. Oh, it wiped my starred comments. Okay, so hang on. Here we go. What were people asking? I can't believe that. We're starting off bad tonight. Somebody asked. Hey, everybody. I'm looking through. One of the things was something about one of the things was about the infirmary. Somebody said that, hey, I'm logged into zornsdungeon.com. So log into zornsdungeon.com. And they were saying that I can't see how much time my characters have left until they're out of the infirmary on zornsdungeon.com. A great point. I probably did not think about that. And so that's probably not on the website right now. I can't believe I just spilled a drink again. Like, this is ridiculous. Okay. So you're right. So that was one of them, man. We have got, yes. So I have got that on the punch list. We have got to put on the website, if your character's in the infirmary, how much more time they have to get out. We have that in the infirmary right over here, so it should be pretty easy to move over, but you're right, that's probably not in the infirmary right now. Or on the website right now, and so we need to do that. Stiffy has like 12 days to full recovery. How many times do I have to say hide this thing? Okay. Let's see. Renee has 15 days to full recovery. Foolhardy Torchbearer Tomocrat, 15 days to full recovery. Nevi, 2 days. Garrick, 7 days. Bronan, this is 23 days to full recovery. He's still trying to deal with an 8-point grievous bludgeoning wound. I mean, his skull was nearly just opened up right there. The goblins are trying to get him back together. Fugitive Elf Minstrel, 6 more days. Portia, 4 days. Brother Lester, 2 days. An experienced herbalist. Bowser Apollo, 1 day. Shoddy Lecter, 1 day. 2 days. Daily Biscuits. Boars has 2 days to full recovery. Victor Argyle has 4 days to full recovery. Wilhelm the Cheater, 2 days. The Chosen One, 2 days. And Reginald Ironsides, 1 day. So that is our current look right there. But you're right. That is a fantastic idea. That's the kind of information that I need. I'm working through things as fast as I can. But yes, so we need to put that on the website. So there we go. Also, somebody asked about languages. I think the other thing that I saw was about languages. And we're saying, hey, I have a whole bunch of languages. Well, if you look at your whole sheet, you might have a whole bunch of languages. And that's because we are running off of the hacked edge right here, which is a hack of Old School Essentials. And so, like, somebody brought up an elf. I'm sorry, I starred these to bring them up. But then when I had to reset, because StreamYard was acting up, it took away my stars. So I based this off of Old School Essentials. There are lots of revisions to be the hacked edge. But, like, for instance, and I just copied this over right here, when you've got an elf, like, for instance, an elf, by default in Old School Essentials right here, an elf knows the languages, the alignment language of the elf. I don't know if I did alignment languages or not. I'm not a big fan of alignment languages, but according to Old School Essentials, you get alignment language, common, elvish, gnoll, hobgoblin, and orcish. I mean, I thought, I remember that when I was making this, I was like, man, that is a lot of languages. An elf, just for being an elf, knows the alignment language common, elvish, gnoll, hobgoblin, and orcish. I mean, that's just freaking incredible. So if you're an elf and you look at how many languages do I know, right now the languages really haven't mattered all that much because all we're doing in the fighting is fighting in the blood cage. But there's a lot more that I want to do when that can potentially matter. But right now that's just basically gone in as it is. And then, yes, you get bonus languages for high intelligence. So looking over here, let's see. If you have an intelligence of 13 to 15, you know all of your native languages plus 1 additional language. If you have an intelligence of 16 to 17, you know all of your native languages plus 2 languages. And then if you have an 18 intelligence, you know all of your native languages plus 3 additional languages. So yeah, if you've got an elf, you probably know a large stack of languages. And if you have a high intelligence elf, you probably just like speak every language on the planet. So there we go. So now we know the languages haven't mattered right now, but that's just what's going in. It's not a bug. The 2 languages, Elven, it's not a bug, so kind of makes sense. This is bug, kind of makes sense. But what about the 2 languages? There are 2 languages, Elven and Elvish. Well, now that I don't know. Yeah, Inner Light says the elves have been constantly warring with the gnolls and orcs, so they had to learn the language to survive. I guess that's what it is, and especially like a Tolkien thing that some of the elves knew, could speak, or the like Yurch and stuff. Let's see. Elven is the spoken form. Well, I don't know. I don't think I had that in there. Okay, I will check on that. That will be the first note when I look through this again tonight. And just see if there shouldn't be a difference between Elven and Elvish. We'll get that sorted up. Okay, all right. So what do we got to do? Man, I feel like I have been wrong-footed tonight because I had the technical problem, but let's just keep going. Let me bring up, where am I? We're over here in the tavern. We have 436 souls in the tavern, and 415 have been claimed by Zorn. I think it's time to go ahead and get playing. Where's my music? Okay, I got some music right here. What do you think? Is there anything else we need to address before we get going? I mean, if you are new here, hit bang spawn, exclamation point spawn. That's up here. And then also, if you hit exclamation point char, that gives you a breakdown of all of your characters. You can see, as many characters as it will show you in a YouTube comment right there. Log into zornsdungeon.com to see all of your characters. That's zornsdungeon.com. We got the Google login working. Make sure you log in with the exact same Google address, Google email address, and all of that. And log in with the YouTube channel that you are playing with in order to see all of your characters. If you want your characters to fight, they must be in the tavern. Characters who survive go to the stable. So if you want your characters to come to the tavern in order to fight, hit exclamation point T all. Okay, exclamation point T all. Just like that. If you are new here, this is important information. That's going to move over all your characters. You saw that I just had a whole bunch of characters move over. When I hit bang T all of my characters moved over and marched from the stable over to the tavern. If you want to go the other way, you go bang S all. Whoop, I hit the wrong button. Bang S all. There you go, just like this. Hit bang S all, and then in which case all of your characters will march over to the stable. So there you go. My 7 characters just bedded down in the stable. Note that level 0 characters are not allowed to move out of the tavern. That's part of the lore here. If you are not familiar with the lore, this is Zorn's dungeon. Zorn has a fortress. Zorn is a very powerful goblin sorcerer. He has this fortress at the edge of the world in the mountains. And he will take in the poor, the destitute, anyone. That's why you guys all have like names like when you spawn, the calloused temple squire, the sunburnt friar, the flimsy relic bearer, and so forth, because you're down on your luck, and Zorn will take you in, and you can come into the last resort tavern here at Zorn's dungeon, and Zorn will feed you. You can have a meal, you can take your rest, all of that, but once you have come here and you have eaten, the only way out of the tavern is to fight for your life in the blood cage. So if you have shown up for the first time, then you are fighting for your life in the tavern. So I noticed that, like Angel right here, if you are bang spawning for the first time, all of your characters spawn in the tavern. So if you are new here and you're hitting bang spawn, all of your characters bang spawn into the tavern automatically because they are showing up and ready to fight. Yes, exactly, if they survive. All right, so let's go. Holding cell. If you are new here, which I see new people, our drafting priority, everybody who's in the tavern, you are eligible to fight. And then everybody in the tavern, we will be drafting super VIPs first. Those are given at the game master's discretion if I need to change something or fix something. Then VIPs, which can be earned by channel membership, becoming a channel member, super chats, or if you send in a super chat, especially with the dog tag, that will VIP that character. Or if you super chat at the required amount and don't, you will have a random character VIP'd. Or by forging a VIP character on zornsdungeon.com. Zornsdungeon.com, you have enough iron coins to make a free VIP. So if you have someone who wants to fight, log into zornsdungeon.com and click the VIP. Then everybody who is actively chatting, there is a bot in the chat who is looking for everybody who is actively chatting. So if you have spoken in the chat, the bot knows that you're here, and so you are more like you will be drafted before everybody else. Yes, even if you are not on stream and your character's in the tavern, they are at risk and eligible, but they will be drafted after active chatters and VIPs and super VIPs. All right, so let's draft. So who's going in? Sable Phoenix, Fell-Handed Fae, going in. Corey, a flimsy relic bearer, going in. And now I noticed the flimsy relic bearer right there is both a rare character, one in only 354 spawns, as well as well-starred top 12% of ability scores. So that is a really good character right there, Corey, the flimsy relic bearer. Tomocrat, a shivering cultist. Wait a minute, I just had a buff Angelo. Oh, Tomocrat says buff Angelo. Okay, right here. So super chat to buff your characters. We have 1 minute and 49 seconds left. Angelo, right here. Where is Angelo? This is Tomocrat. Where is Tomocrat? Oh, right here, right here. Gotcha. You are buffed right there. Corey, looks like also Corey came in. Buffing PQGH. Let's make sure. Flimsy relic bearer. Yes, okay. So buffed him right there. If you're in purple, then you're buffed. First two is the temporary hit points, then +1 damage, then all saving throws. Also, Sable Phoenix coming in. Sable Phoenix, thank you guys all. Fell-handed Fae getting +2 temporary HP, +1 damage, and also +2 to all saving throws. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you guys. I think we got all that. Everybody is taken care of. Mrs. Dave, an unpolished dwarf brewer. PH, a reckless, let me take this down. PH, a reckless cartographer's assistant, is in. Courtney, an unsuspecting Corsair. Oh, who is rare. The Corsair only spawns in 1 in 354 spawns across all characters and is star-born. Top 2% of all ability scores. So Courtney has the unsuspecting Corsair in there. Excellent character right there with a 72% chance of survival. Brent, a hunted pilgrim, 80% chance of survival. Where is all of our red? I mean, where is all of our red? We should have some characters who do not have great chances of getting out of here, but everybody says we got great chances. Maid of Meat, Urio, the Graceless, is in. Inner Light, Cynical Elf Minstrel, you are in. Brianna Reynolds, an Overwhelmed Town Militia, you are in. Dave, a Mended Temple Initiate. Okay, the Mended Temple Initiate has 4 blood drops. 4 blood drops going for 5. So Dave, okay, going in. Daniel, Feriel, Night Echo, uncommon, 1 in 70 to 184, 5 spawns, well-starred, great odds. Yeah, we need some people to have some bad odds. Some people you will see with their names in blue, and some people have this there. That means that the Fairy's Blessing is on. That's a +1 temporary hit point. It lasts for 24 hours. The only way to get that is if we hit 20 likes on the stream. How many likes do we have on the stream? Oh, Angelo just came in. A downtrodden cultist comes in. Let's make sure that Angelo gets the... Angelo. Oh, Angelo is not in right now. I'm sorry. Okay, so Angelo has come in. We got to make sure that Angelo... let me go over here to the tavern. Angelo, a downtrodden cultist, you have been VIP'd. Thank you very much for the super chat. Downtrodden cultist, Angelo. I don't know why it's saying Angel. It's Angel G. I'm sorry. It's Angel G. Angel G, you will be in on the next one. You are VIP'd for the next one. You're downtrodden cultist. You are going in. Got it. Okay. Are we okay? I'm feeling rushed since I started off with a technical problem. Everybody got it? Let's go fight. Let's go fight. Okay, blood cage. Open the cage. Here we go. Uh-oh, I might have missed that one. Super chat for Tomocrat. Uh-oh. Missed that one. I think you VIP'd someone because I was already in. But let me see if I can. I got my notes over here. Let me try to remember. You Tomocrat? Let me see if I can fix that the next time in. We will see. Okay. Let's see. All right. Let's go into the blood cage. We are 12 PCs versus 14 monsters. 12 PCs versus 14 monsters. Only one white ape over here, front line, an unpolished dwarf brewer, Mrs. Dave, front line, unsuspecting Corsair, Courtney, front line, a flimsy relic bearer, Corey, front line, Mended Temple Initiate, Dave, we're going to be looking for you. Dave right there, 4, looking for a 5th blood drop. An Overwhelmed Town Militia, Brianna, you are second line. That's good that we have a second line fighter. We've wrapped around. Let's see. Fell-Handed Fae, Sable Phoenix, second line. Cynical Elf Minstrel, access your inner light, second line. Fariel, Ninth Echo, Daniel, second line. Urio, the Graceless Maid of Meat, second line. Hunted Pilgrim, Brent Finstead, right there. Reckless Cartographer's Assistant, PH Arbex, third line. Shivering Cultist, Tomocrat, third line. That's our lineup. All right, let's go into this. Let's go. Let's start the fight. Who's drawn first? Okay, Cave Imp is drawn first. Looking at Mended Temple Initiate, this is Dave. Not going to be able to get there, coming from the back row. Not going to be able to get there. Mended Temple Initiate. Now, Dave, looking at that same Cave Imp that wanted him, Dave is coming in. What is he doing? Oh, shoots Radiance for 3 points of damage. A major Radiant wound that lands hard right now. Did he throw something? What did he do? Mended Temple Initiate. Might have cast something. I'm not sure. Reckless Cartographer's Assistant, PH, is moving, wants the White Ape in the back right there. PH, Reckless Cartographer's Assistant, casts Firebolt into White Ape. 4 points of damage to White Ape, a minor fire wound. Ratkin Mongrel targets Mended Temple Initiate. Okay, Dave. Ratkin, oh no, retargets to PH, Reckless Cartographer's Assistant. Reckless Cartographer's Assistant is down, unconscious, but death has been cheated. So PH is laying unconscious on the floor. If the PCs win, we will be able to get PH out. Hunted Pilgrim, Brent. Now, looking at Ratkin Mongrel, trying to get to Ratkin Mongrel. Will he be able to do it? Moves up, but is not able to attack after that. Flimsy Relic Bearer, Corby moves toward Ratkin Mongrel, closes 2 points of damage, a minor bludgeoning wound. Ratkin Mongrel drops. So, Corey, nice job. Flimsy Relic Bearer, you have dropped. Unpolished Dwarf, Mrs. Dave, no Fs, moving toward the Goblin right there. An Unpolished Dwarf Brewer is coming into the Goblin. 1 point of damage, 2 out of 3. Kobold Crawler targeting an Unpolished Dwarf Brewer, throwing with a dart. This is the first one, tabletop. Into the dwarf, throwing the dart right there. And then the kobold is moving up. Okay, Goblin now. Goblin is targeting the Unpolished Dwarf Brewer. Mrs. Dave takes a hit for 3 points of damage. Oh no! The Unpolished Dwarf Brewer, Mrs. Dave's character, staggers once and falls forever. Oh, down and dead. Okay. Goblin now moves forward. Ratkin Mongrel now targets a Flimsy Relic Bearer. Comes in. Deflected. Corey deflects. A Flimsy Relic Bearer deflects this. The strike rebounds. There is no damage right there. Nice job. Nice job. White Ape targets the Hunted Pilgrim, Brent. Throwing a boulder into the Hunted Pilgrim. 3 points of damage. Still hanging on by 1. Still hanging on by 1. Okay, 10 PCs to 12 monsters. Fell-Handed Fae is now coming in to the Goblin. Fell-Handed Fae rocks this Goblin for 4 points of damage, drops him to -2 with a short spear. The Goblin expires on the cold stone. Shivering Cultist, Tomocrat, comes up to White Ape, or wants to get some White Ape. No, retargeting to Ratkin Mongrel, coming in, shooting poison spray at Ratkin Mongrel. 4 points of damage right there, a moderate poison wound right there. Ratkin Mongrel staggers, twitches, and falls. Unsuspecting Corsair, Courtney, this is one of our really good characters, coming in, rocking this Goblin for 5 points of damage, a major slashing wound. The Goblin's body goes limp. It is finished. Gremlin. Okay, Gremlin targets the unsuspecting Corsair. Gremlin's coming in, rolling with the strike, unhurt, 1 stamina point spent, but nothing else right there. Slimeling. Now, Slimeling targets the Hunted Pilgrim. Slimeling coming in, attacks the Hunted Pilgrim, 2 points of damage, a minor bludgeoning wound. Hunted Pilgrim folds on the wound and is gone. Brent, your Hunted Pilgrim is dead. I am sorry. You are out of here. Slimeling. Slimeling targets the Mended Temple Initiate of Dave. No, going instead to Flimsy Relic Bearer. This is Corey. Takes the strike, 1 temporary hit point down. Nothing. That was nice right there. Overwhelmed Town Militia. This is Brianna now coming up into Slimeling number 1. Slimeling takes 5 points of damage, 2 piercing, and then 2 is resisted by the Slimeling's, well, slime. But that doesn't matter. Still enough to take him down. Zorn readies the Archers. A volley is incoming. We have 19 people watching. Everybody, make sure you hit the like button so that we can get Zorn's blessing. Fariel. Now, Night Echo is casting Firebolt into the Slimeling. The Slimeling sustains 4 points of damage, a moderate fire wound. What does burning slime smell like? Well, I guess everyone in the Blood Cave is finding out right now. Arrow Storm. 2 arrows coming in from atop the walls. Zorn signals his archers. 2 arrows coming in. 1 into Brianna. Rolls with the impact. 1 stamina spent. Yurio, the Graceless, made of meat, takes 1 stamina spent right there. Okay, so not bad right there. Yes, Brianna says, yeah, how about some steamed slime soup? Yeah. Cynical Elf Minstrel, targeting White Ape, looking at the White Ape standing alone in the center, casting Firebolt at the White Ape. White Ape takes 4 points of damage. That drops the White Ape right there. White Ape staggers, twitches, and falls. And backs up, and backs up. We got a lot of people in the back. Yurio, the Graceless, made of meat, looking for a target. Way there in the back, looking at this gremlin right here, coming up into the gremlin, sweeping his staff into the gremlin's head. 2 points of damage, a minor bludgeoning wound, but that's enough to take out a gremlin with your iron shod staff right there. Kobold Crawler in the back, looking at Yurio, the Graceless, going to throw a dart, looking to throw a dart into Made of Meat, beats into the Shielding Blessing, 1 point of temporary hit point damage and nothing else. So nice job right there. Gremlin targets Yurio, the Graceless. Gremlin comes in, 2 points of damage, a minor slashing wound, 3 of 5. Zorn is signaling to ready the portcullis. Goblins are standing by on the crank. We do have vulnerable characters in the rear right there. Kobold Crawler moves towards Yurio, the Graceless. Kobold Crawler number 2 throws at Made of Meat, pierced for 2 points of damage. Made of Meat's Yurio, the Graceless, is hanging on by 1 point, hanging on by only 1 point. Kobold Crawler now coming up to Made of Meat, looking again into Yurio. Yurio's attracting a lot of attention, throws a dart into Yurio, 2 points of damage. Yurio, the Graceless, a minor piercing wound. Yurio, the Graceless's eyes go dark, and it is over. Dropped by Kobold Crawler number 3. Yurio, a level 1 cleric, has fallen. That is F in the chat. I am sorry, Made of Meat. Minor slashing, minor piercing. That has dropped Yurio. Round number 2. All of that was just round number 1. It's round number 2. Unsuspecting Corsair. This is Courtney coming up on Kobold Crawler number 1. Critical strike. The opening is punished. 9 points of damage on Kobold Crawler number 1. Dropped him. The light fades from the Kobold Crawler's eyes. Nice job, Courtney, the Corsair. Okay, Overwhelmed Town Militia is coming in to Gremlin number 2. 4 points of damage. Brianna cuts that gremlin down right there. Its corpse is on the floor, twitching and dead. We got 8 PCs to 3 monsters. It's 8 PCs to 3 monsters. Fell-handed Fae is moving in toward Kobold Crawler, coming in for 6 points of damage. The halfling cuts down Kobold Crawler number 2, dropped. Now it's Kobold Crawler's turn, comes around to Fell-handed Fae, connects, but 1 temporary HP burned, no damage right there. Fae is doing okay. Ferial Night Echo looking for a target here, looking at Kobold Crawler. It's going to shoot. Yes, Firebolt coming all the way across the cage into Kobold Crawler number 3. 2 points of damage. Kobold Crawler, a minor piercing wound, or minor fire wound, excuse me. The Kobold is charred and dead. Portcullis, though, Ratkin Abomination with 2 Ratkin Gore Children coming in. We just hit the HP threshold. Ratkin Abomination now targeting the Cynical Elf Minstrel, Inner Light there in the back. 7 points of damage, 1 turned aside, 6 taken as injury. The Cynical Elf Minstrel crumples and is done. Now, Ratkin Gorechild wants some Brianna right here, an Overwhelmed Town Militia. Overwhelmed Town Militia takes 2 points of damage, 1 turned aside, 1 taken as injury. And now another Gorechild coming into Ferial Night Echo, sweeping claws at Ferial. 5 damage, 1 turned aside, 4 taken as injury. Kobold Crawler sees now has some allies in the cage, throwing a dart again into Sable Phoenix. 2 points of damage, 1 turned aside, 1 taken as injury, a minor piercing wound right there from the Kobold. Kobold Crawler advances. Okay, Mended Temple Initiate goes resistance around Ferial to give them advantage on saving throws, including against death, because he's now down to 2 of 6. Shivering Cultist, Tomocrat, now looking at Ratkin Gorechild. Into the rear of the Ratkin Gorechild with poison spray, striking from behind. Ratkin Gorechild is envenomed with 4 points of damage, a moderate poison wound. Not enough to drop him, doesn't look like. Let's see. Stamina should refill between cages. A flimsy relic bearer comes in on Ratkin Gorechild's flank, rocked by 3 points of damage, a moderate bludgeoning wound. The Ratkin Gorechild is dead. Light fades from the Ratkin Gorechild's eyes. Stamina is faster, but it is not instant. Right. We're going to get the, I'm going to get you, I don't have it ready right now, but I'm going to get you the whole rules on stamina. It's faster than health, but it's not instant. Okay, Fell-handed Fae comes into Kobold Crawler number 4 and drops it right there. Hits the stone and does not rise. Fell-handed Fae earning her name again right there. Fell-handed 3 in a row, drops it right there. Overwhelmed Town Militia, Brianna moves toward Ratkin Abomination. That's upon a devastating strike. 9 points of damage, a grievous piercing wound. The Ratkin Abomination is still up, but nice job. Feriel now coming in, 2 points of damage only, and gives 2 points left. Gives 2 points of damage to the Ratkin Gorechild right there. Ratkin Gorechild now comes back to Feriel. Claw coming in. 1 point of damage. Daniel, Feriel is still hanging on by 1. 7 PCs to 2 monsters. 7 PCs to 2 monsters. A flimsy relic bearer, Corey, comes up to Ratkin Abomination in the flank. Gonna drop him. Ratkin Abomination is slammed for 2 points of damage, a minor bludgeoning wound. Okay, nice. A Ratkin Abomination expires on the cold stone floor. Corey, fell-handed, 3 in a row. Nice job. Unsuspecting Corsair, Courtney, want some Ratkin Gorechild. Are you going to be able to get there? Got to come all the way from zone 2 to zone 1. Will you be able to attack? No, you're not. You're going to get in its face, though. Shivering Cult, Tomocrat, also coming back to zone 1 to take care of this Ratkin Gorechild. Shivering Cultist, Tomocrat, Ratkin Gorechild. Okay, so stays right there. Everybody's up in its face. Mended Temple Initiate, Davinoff, moves toward Ratkin Gorechild. Doesn't get there. Round 4. Okay, everybody is surrounding it. Okay, Corsair is back up to Ratkin Gorechild. Let's put it down. Let's just put it down. Coming in on the flank. Vicious critical hit. The Gore Child takes 11 points of damage. Cuts its head off. Courtney cuts its head off. Yes, everybody wanted to go stare at it, SKD Fish, and wait for Courtney to cut its head off. 3 kills in a row. Nice job. Okay, 7 PCs got out. Victory. 7 souls walk out alive. 1 is hauled out unconscious. The crowd roars. Okay. We got out. Nice job, everybody. 14 XP for all survivors, and then everyone who fell got 7. Got 7. I mean, XP doesn't do you a whole lot if you're dead, but you know, you did your part in the blood cage, so even the dead get some experience points. The living, of course, get more. The dead get half a share. The dead get half a share of the XP, and then everybody who is living gets a full share. Let's turn the winch and bring them up. Let's see. A flimsy relic bearer, hunted pilgrim. Fell-handed Fae now has 4 blood drops and is also number 2 on our most boss kills right here. Oh, yeah, right here. So Tabletop Scholar says from yesterday, I noticed when I was rewatching the show that I never finished answering that question. Can you explain the relationship between initiative and dex? I saw that high dex rolls 2 cards. Low dex guarantees bottom half of the order. Yeah, that's true. And I got one of the many things on the list is to get the Hacked Edge website up so we can start publishing rules. And of course, I'd love to be able to put out a book with the rules. But okay, so initiative in this game is done by a deck of cards, which of course is simulated in the digital version here. So if you are, so the standard thing is that if you are a character, you have a 1 card in the initiative deck, and we shuffle the initiative deck every round. So initiative is shuffled every round. But if you have high decks, right, like some high decks will get you 2 cards. That doesn't mean you act twice. It just means you have 2 cards in the deck to be able to be drawn sooner. Some people also, if you have low decks, you'll be in the bottom half of the order. So if you're a low dex character, there's more to it than that, but this is basically what's going on. If you're a low dex character or you're a slow kind of character, then your card is held out during the shuffle. Okay, then you shuffle, then you half the deck, and then you shuffle in that card into the bottom half, and then you put the top half back on top. So it's card-based initiative, and yes, you are talking about where you go in this pile as it's shuffled every round. So that is basically what's going on right there. Okay, Goblin Medics, here we go. Goblin Medics go to Fell-handed Fae. Fell-handed Fae is okay. Overwhelmed Town Militia, nothing going there. PH Arbex gets 1 back right there. Burial, you get help? Yes, get some help right there. Hey, John, welcome. And let's go to promotions right here. Let's go to promotions. Courtney, an unsuspecting Corsair fighter, level 1. Excellent, excellent. That was a rare character, very nicely done. Reckless Cartographer's Assistant PH Arbex becomes a mage. And learns the light spell. Not functional right now, but you'll have light when it is. Corey, a flimsy relic bearer. You get a level 1 paladin. Level 1 paladin, Corey. Nice job. Fairy's blessing washes away your wounds. An overwhelmed town militia, Brianna, gets a level 1 fighter. There you go. Shivering cultist, Tomocrat, level 1 mage. Light learned. Light learned. All right, let's sort and dismiss. Back around at the tavern. Let's see. Angel G, you wanted to buff Tomocrat? Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm going to take this off, and if Tomocrat is drawn, I'm going to buff Tomocrat this time. All right, so if Tomocrat comes in, we will buff him. Actually, well, Tomocrat has a bunch of characters in here. Tomocrat, look at how many characters. Oh my God, Tomocrat, you're almost like the second coming of Sable Phoenix. Look how many characters you have in here. Okay, yeah, eventually soon we're going to cut down the number of characters you can generate, so we'll use the characters that you are generating. But right now there is none. So I don't know. Tomocrat, you may have a draw right here. Let's see. Hector Goldenrod comes in. Sable says. So yes, please. Okay, let's. Oh, I got multiple music playing. That's a problem with the way that I designed this. All right, so I got the note right here in front of me. So when Tomocrat comes in, Tomocrat will get the buff. All right, everybody done what you want? Anybody need to do a super chat to get a character in, or you need to go to zornsdungeon.com and bring them in, anything like that? Let's just do it. All right, let's go to the holding cell. Here we go. Holding cell going. Let's draft. Okay, so Angel G, a clumsy city guard. Courtney, Nick Hummus, you are in. Access your inner light. Prince Adrian, a knight who is both rare and well starred. Oh, so inner light has a rare knight right here. Rare, only 1 in 54 spawns, and also well-starred, top 12% of all ability scores. We're going to be looking after this character. Prince Adrian has been through this before, coming back in. Okay. Brent, a headstrong bounty hunter. You are in. SKD Fish, a blistering city guard. You are in. Hey, how are we doing on the likes? Let me know. Need 2 more likes. I just look over. Corey rather says we need 2 more likes. Hit the like button so that we can get the blessing of the fairy. Corey, an excommunicated elf lore master's apprentice, is in. Tomocrat. Oh, there we go. So I'm going to buff Tomocrat right here. So Tomocrat's going to get all buffs. Tomocrat gets a sullen lector. Tomocrat, you are buffed and you are in. Brianna, a rain-soaked acolyte. You are in. Maid of Meat. Aegon, the penitent, you are in. Sable Phoenix's weather-beaten alchemist assistant is in. Dave Sharina is in. Mrs. Dave No F's a scratched blacksmith's apprentice. There you go. Let's see. Did I just see that it was 20 now? Did I just see that it was 20? Brianna says there's 20. Let me check this. You may hear an echo for just a moment. Let me verify on my end. Did we get 20 likes? StreamYard is being slow tonight. StreamYard is being slow. Just a moment. Let me verify. I see 19. I see 19. Okay, we're going to hang on. I see 19. Somebody take one away. Okay, yeah, Corey, that's what I see. I see 19. Okay, maybe for the next round. People come in. 20 seconds left. Let's see. We don't see any red on here. Okay, so people are saying that 20, whatever, 19. Yeah, I know. It's probably different servers, YouTube bouncing around different servers. I'll check again on my end. Hang on. Servers. I'll check again on. Oh, I just had. Oh, so Daniel put in $6. Thank you very much, Daniel. Daniel put in $6 for. Was that Inner Light? Or like, who was that? Was it going? Oh, I see 20. So let's see. Daniel put in for JAGD. Yep, JAGD, Inner Light. Yeah, JAGD. Went in for Inner Light. Thank you very much, Daniel. Daniel went in for JAGD, buffing Inner Light's character right there to help Adrian get out with the rare and whatever. Okay, I see 20. Let's go back to the tavern. I agree. I see 20. Let's go back to the tavern. I want these people to go fully buffed. If they can take that down. There we go. Let's do Blessing of the Fairy. Blessing of the Fairy coming up. Everybody in the tavern right now gets +1 temporary hit points for the next 24 hours. So everybody right there, that's a lot of, man, look at people. Okay. All right. Everybody's, there we go. All right. There we go. And then also in the holding cell, I want to manually turn on everybody's Blessing of the Fairy. Angelo went in for $4.99, or and I don't know why I keep saying that. Angel G. Let me handle that in just 1 second. Okay, so everybody has the blessing of the fairy right here. Angel G. Okay, Angel G went in, got also +2 temporary hit points and +1 damage. Okay, nice job. So, all right, thank you very much. And then also, Iron Coins will let you like VIP people in the zornsdungeon.com. So when you have some kind of leftover or something like that, I credit those when you do a super chat. I credit those as an Iron Coin on zornsdungeon.com. So there you go. All right. So Acolyte coming in. We got, what is this, Brianna? Brianna, not rare or rain-soaked Acolyte, but there we go. We got it. All right. It's time to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's fight. This is round number 2. Let's fight. Round number 2. Let's open the cage. Here we go. We are now opening the cage. No more. Once we're in the cage, you can't, buff anybody or anything like that. It's only while we're in the holding cell. Okay. So let me turn off this. Managing the music is the biggest deal right here. Okay. The blood cage. Here we go. We have 15 monsters. 15 monsters that we got to deal with. White ape is in here. Only one white ape, but 15 monsters. So right here, front line is a clumsy city guard, Angel G. Then a blistered city guard, SKD Fish. Then Prince Adrian, access your inner light right there. A scratched blacksmith's apprentice, Mrs. Dave. Right there. Then in the second line, excommunicated elf lore master's apprentice. Then Nick Hexam. This is Courtney. Second line, a headstrong bounty hunter, Brent. Then rain-soaked acolyte, Brianna. Then third line, Egon the Penitent, Maid of Meat, your third line. Sullen Lecter, Tomocrat, third line. A weather-beaten alchemist assistant, Sable Phoenix, third line. Sharina, Dave, third line. There we go. We are half casters. I don't know. All right, let's go. Let's see what happens. Let's start the fight. Here we go. Nick Hexam coming into Courtney, moving toward the goblin. Goblin takes 6 points of damage, a major bludgeoning wound. Starts this off strong. Nick drops goblin number 3. Cave Imp targeting Nick Hexam. Now, Cave Imp coming right around, rakes a claw at Nick, unhurt, 2 stamina points drained. Sharina targets White Ape. The White Ape is looming large in the background. There are lots of little people in front, all these goblins and such. So White Ape is seared for 2 points of damage right there. Sharina does some damage to the White Ape. Now, Goblin now coming up to Courtney in the flank. Courtney's coming into the Nick Hexam's flank. 3 points of damage to Nick Hexam, a moderate piercing wound. Kobold Crawler now also looking at Nick, throwing a dart on Nick Hexam's flank. Nick Hexam sustains 2 points of damage, a minor piercing wound. I am sorry, Courtney. Nick Hexam has dropped. Is that a level 1 character? It is. We just lost a level 1 character. Nick Hexam, I am sorry, Courtney. F in the chat. Nick Hexam has fallen. Came out strong, but was put down by the Kobold Crawler's dart right there. All right, let's see. Cave Imp. Now, Cave Imp targeting Sharina. Trying to get there, but kind of a long way away. Don't know if can he attack. No, he's not going to be able to attack. Clumsy City Guard. Angel G comes towards City Guard. Coming at Cave Imp, 6 points of damage. Light fades from the Cave Imp's eyes. Drops Cave Imp number 1. Good job, Angel G. Rain-soaked Acolyte Brianna coming into Cave Imp. Brianna Reynolds, a rain-soaked acolyte, casting Sacred Flame at Cave Imp. 5 points of damage, major radiant wound, drops Cave Imp right there. Now who's up? Ratkin Mongrel, way back there in the back, moving toward Sharina. Sharina, this is Dave, taking 2 points of damage, 1 turned aside, 1 taken as injury. White Ape targets clumsy city guard Angel G. Gonna throw a boulder, I believe. Boulder coming in. Hits Angel G. No damage, 1 stamina spent. That was it. Nice job. Blistered City Guard. This is Fish. Wants some Kobold Crawler down there, but it's probably going to get caught up by Ratkin Mongrel. Yes. Sets upon him 4 points of damage. Drops Ratkin Mongrel. Ratkin Mongrel hits the stone floor and does not rise. Do I have Boulder spelled wrong or something? Inner Light's calling that out? I will see. Kobold Crawler moves toward the Blistered City Guard, throwing a dart into Fish. Fish weathers the strike, 1 temporary hit point lost. That seems like the Blessing of the Fairy doing its job. Nice work. Egon the Penitent, made of meat, going toward the Goblin. Egon the Penitent coming toward Goblin number 1 with a club. Clubs him for 7 points of damage. Clubs him right there. Ratkin Mongrel targets Egon the Penitent. Ratkin Mongrel snaps the jaws. 1 point of temporary damage right there. Again, a Blessing of the Fairy doing its job in the Blood Cage tonight. Slimeling smashes with its pseudopods 3 points of damage into the Blistered City Guard. We're at 11 PCs to 10 monsters. It is a fight right here. Scratched Blacksmith's Apprentice, Mrs. Dave, comes into Kobold Crawler number 1, suffers 6 points of damage, a major bludgeoning wound. That was a mace right there that went into the Kobold Crawler. Goblin Runt targets Scratched Blacksmith's Apprentice, lunges at the Blacksmith's Apprentice, takes 4 points of damage, 2 turned aside, 2 taken as injury, a minor piercing wound. Still, 11 PCs now to 9 monsters. Gremlin looking at Egon the Penitent. Then goes into Prince Adrian instead. Prince Adrian weathers the blow on muscle and grit. Adrian is all right, still there. Okay, weather-beaten Alchemist now moving, wants some White Ape, trying to get some White Ape. Isn't going to be able to cast against it. Hey, TSL frontman, welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, Sable Phoenix's weather-beaten Alchemist is, 3 points of damage with a dagger to a Gremlin. Cuts that Gremlin down right there. Legs buckle. Just went with some dagger work right there rather than a spell. Who needs a spell when you got a dagger? Prince Adrian trying to get up there to White Ape does make it. Inner Light opens up the White Ape for 6 points of damage. Nice job, Inner Light. Drops that White Ape. The White Ape expires on the cold stone. Zorn readies the archers. A volley is incoming. Arrow Storm. Yes, we got, 4 arrows. 4 arrows coming in. Arrows. Zorn signals the archers on top of the blood cage. Made of meat takes 2 points of damage right there. Egon the Penitent takes 2. Brent, a headstrong bounty hunter, takes 4 points of damage. 1 turned aside, 3 taken as injury. Sable Phoenix takes, a weather-beaten alchemist assistant crumples to the cage floor. Only 1 point of damage, only 1 hit point anyway. The weather-beaten alchemist assistant is gone. Sorry about that. Shot down from the top. Brianna rolls with the impact. 2 stamina spent. The rain-soaked acolyte is still up. Okay, 10 PCs to 7 monsters now. Sullen Lecter looking at this goblin. What's he gonna do? Gonna move up instead. Retargets to Slimeling, I believe with a club, coming into bludgeoning the Slimeling. Slime goes everywhere. The Slimeling drops. There is slime splatter everywhere from the Sullen Lecter's club. He drops. Goblin now looking at Prince Adrian. Inner Light. Okay, bites into his shield blessing. 3 temporary points of damage, but nothing is done right there. You think the Aerostorm may be ignoring temporary HP? I will check that. It shouldn't be. I will check that though, Sable. Goblin number 4 is chilled. Movement is cut down to 1 HP. Or it may be ignoring the fairy blessing. Okay, I will check on it. SKD Fish, notice for the second time, if the arrow kills a PC, it doesn't tell me points of damage. It does. All right, I'll check on that too. Goblin takes 1 point of damage, a minor piercing wound that punctures through. Death claims the goblin right there. Brent, nice job. Headstrong Bounty Hunter. 10 PCs to 5 monsters. Kobold Crawler way back there in the back, looking at Mrs. Dave. Mrs. Dave throws into Mrs. Dave. Only 1 point of damage, impaled by 1 point of damage. Still up. Round number 2. All of that was just round number 1. Now, round number 2. Mrs. Dave now coming up to Goblin Runt. Goblin Runt absorbs the impact of 3 points of damage, a moderate bludgeoning wound right there. The Goblin Runt hits the stone and does not rise. Mrs. Dave coming back in here, getting into the fight. Sharina now looking at this goblin. Sharina casts Firebolt, throwing into the Firebolt Goblin number 2's flank. 3 points of damage to the goblin, a minor fire wound. That takes out the goblin. That may trigger the portcullis. Yes! Ratkin Abomination with 2 Ratkin Gore children. They are coming in behind. It is now 10 PCs to 6 monsters. Ratkin Abomination comes into Corey. Critical hit. Oh, an excommunicated Elf Lore Master's apprentice takes 10 points of damage. 1 turned aside, 9 taken his injury. Corey, an excommunicated Elf Lore Master's apprentice, I am sorry. You have folded and you are done. A 9-point grievous slashing wound. Ratkin Gorechild now coming up toward Angel G, slashing 2 points of damage, 1 turned aside, 1 taken his injury, a minor slashing wound right there. Now, Ratkin Gorechild coming in to Brianna, 5 points of damage, 1 turned aside, 2 taken his injury, a moderate slashing wound. We have portcullis monsters in behind us right now. Hey, Great Power, good to see you. So, Brianna now coming into Ratkin Gorechild, 1 point of damage, a minor bludgeoning wound. Ratkin Mongrel now looking at Maid of Meat. This is Aegon the Penitent right here, struck for 2 points of damage. Aegon the Penitent is hanging on with only 1 point of damage remaining. Still hanging on. Clumsy City Guard Angel G now comes into Ratkin Gorechild. Cut for 4 points of damage, a moderate slashing wound. Slits open the flesh, but the Ratkin Gorechild is still up. We needed more of that. Aegon the Penitent goes Virtue around Angel G to give back temporary hit points. I don't remember how, you have to look how many that was. 1 or 2. Prince Adrian now coming into Ratkin Mongrel number 2. 9 points of damage. There you go. Inner Lights Prince Adrian hits Ratkin Mongrel, drops him down to -7 right there. Nice work. 9 PCs to 5 monsters. Kobold Crawler looking at Mrs. Dave. Oh no, Kobold Crawler looking at Mrs. Dave. Throws the dart. Oh, 1 point of damage, a minor piercing wound. Oh, has dropped. Mrs. Dave has dropped. The Scratched Blacksmith's apprentice is cut down instantly. Oh, all right. Now, let's see. Kobold Crawler now moves and advances. It's a Sullen Lecter's turn. Tomocrat right now coming up to Kobold Crawler. Sullen Lecter closes with the Kobold. 9 points of bludgeoning damage. Clubs that Kobold to death. 9 points of damage right there. Kobold Crawler number 3 collapses. He is dead. Blistered City Guard SKD Fish now wants some Ratkin Gorechild. Might retarget to Ratkin Abomination. Going nowhere. Don't know what happened right there. Kobold Crawler now shoots at Sullen Lecter. Tomocrat absorbs it on a fated blessing. 3 points of damage. Headstrong Bounty Hunter comes into Ratkin Gorechild, attacks the Ratkin Abomination, hit for 2 points of damage, a minor slashing wound. That leaves its mark right there. Round number 3. We head to round number 3. A Clumsy City Guard. This is Angel G coming into Ratkin Gorechild. 2 points of damage, a minor bludgeoning wound.
It is now 8 PCs to 3 monsters. Prince Adrian comes to Kobold Crawler, closes 11 points of damage, a catastrophic slashing wound. Adrian showing why he's the prince right there, fell-handed right there, cuts the Kobold Crawler's head off. Rain-soaked Acolyte, Brianna targets Ratkin Gorechild. A rain-soaked Acolyte comes up, staggering 1 point of damage to the Ratkin Gorechild. Sharina Dave also looking at Ratkin Gorechild. Shoot, this is the Firebolt, 2 points of damage. Ratkin Gorechild is still up. And Sharina's getting out of here. Let me move over here. Egon the Penitent still hanging on. 1 point of damage. Last stand, wounded but fighting, coming in on the Abomination's flank. Cut him down. 8 points of damage with a club. Oh, he's got a club. He drops the Ratkin Abomination. The Ratkin Abomination goes down permanently. Nice job, Made of Meat. Hanging on right there. 8 PCs. Oh, 8 PCs are still up. Brent now coming into Ratkin Gorechild in the flank. 3 points of damage. I believe that does it. The Headstrong Bounty Hunter with a long knife takes out the Ratkin Gorechild, drops dead, and blood pools beneath. Woo! 8. I can't believe 8. I thought 15 XP to everybody. 15 XP to everybody who survives. 8 survivors share the spoils. 4 fell. You get 7 each. 15 XP to everybody who survived. There you go. Winch room. Let's turn the winch and bring up the survivors. Lots of blood drops going out. Goblin medics. Let's see what goes on. SKD Fish, you get 1 wound back. Egon the Penitent, 1 wound back. Brianna, Rain-Soaked Acolyte, nothing going there. Angel G, 1 HP back. Nice job. Brent, Headstrong Bounty Hunter. Nice work. Dave, Sharina. All right, Goblin's doing some work for you right there. Who goes to level 1? Let's find out. Rain-Soaked Acolyte, Cleric. There you go, Brianna. Level 1 Cleric. You got it. Spells restored. Wounds washed away. Angel G, level 1 Fighter. Clumsy City Guard. Nice job. Fairy's Blessing. Wounds wash away. Brent, a Headstrong Bounty Hunter. Ranger, level 1. You've made it through. Your wounds wash away. Blistered City Guard, SKD Fish. Your wounds are washed away, and you are a level 1 fighter. Nice job. And let's sort and dismiss. All right. Anybody need to do anything in the tavern? How's everybody doing in the tavern? Blistered Antiquarian's Assistant, Tomocrat. Mrs. Dave rolled a mismatched Heavy Infantryman, who is a rare character right there. Sable Phoenix has an uncommon character, a Bittered Rat Catcher. Oh, Courtney here has a Faltering Heavy Infantryman, who is a rare character, only about 1 in every 354 spawns, and then about the top 12% of ability scores as well. So a Faltering Heavy Infantryman, that is an important character right there. TSL Frontman, a Forsworn Torchbearer. The Great Power has a Sun-Bleached Town Militia. Oh, Starless, though. Bottom 2% of total ability scores. Brianna, Ragged Friar. So lots of people spawning. Got lots of stuff in here. Okay. People moving in. Made of Meat has moved Sam Ladd the Nimble in here. All right. I guess anybody's got wants anybody to fight. There we go. Oh, Mrs. Dave. Okay, Mrs. Dave just put in $4.99. A Tremulous Cultist. Nice job. Thank you for the super chat. The Tremulous Cultist. Mrs. Dave is going in. 4 blood drops right there. A Tremulous Cultist. You are going in. All right. Thank you very much, Mrs. Dave. Thank you very much. All right, let's go to the holding cell. Let's draft. Let's play. Is this already cage number 4 tonight? Man, we've just been burning through it tonight. We're just burning through it. Cage number 4. Okay, so super VIPs first, then VIPs, then active chatters, then everybody else, then wanderers. All right. Sable says, let's get another 5-drop character. Oh, this is cage number 3. We're heading into cage number 3. This is cage number 3. Okay, I felt like if this is cage number 4, that we must have just been burning through it. We got the Blessing of the Fairy early then. We got the Blessing of the Fairy by cage number 2 then. Okay, so this is cage number 3, headed into cage number 4. Okay, let's go. Let's draft. So we got one more fight after this. Mrs. Dave, a tremulous cultist, you are in. Brent, an indentured halfling burglar's apprentice, you are in. Great Power, a sun-bleached town militia, you are in. Starless character right there. Angel G, an overworked porter, you are in. SKD Fish, an untested herbalist, you are in. Daniel, a charity of the Ashlands, not a charity, but charity of the Ashlands, you are in. We have 2 minutes to buff characters if anyone wants to buff a character. Sable Phoenix, a rumpled porter. Corey has an awkward mercenary who is a rare character. Corey has a rare character, 1 in 354. Pomocrat, an untrained town watchman. Dave Stubby. Stubby is in. Stubby the dwarf. 2 blood drops right there. Brianna, a sullen woodsman who is well-starred. A well-starred top 12% in ability scores. John, a provincial smuggler. Okay. Nice job, everybody. Congratulations, Innerlight says, to everybody who got in. SKD Fish has a 94% chance of survival. John, a provincial smuggler, has a 75% chance of survival. I'm going to have to make this harder because we got to have some people with some red on here. Let people know that, hey, they might be on the hook here. So apparently I need to make this harder, apparently. Because, like, where is all of our red saying that, hey, you're about to die? We do have, like, the Great Power, Sun-Bleached Town Militia. You got a 53% chance of survival. Brent, an indentured halfling burglar's apprentice, 50% chance of survival. 44 for Angel G's overworked porter. So, I mean, below half. But, hey, like, where are the people that have, like, a 20% chance of survival or a 16% chance of survival? We need more of those. So we got to make this blood cage tougher. Oh, but the Great Power says I like those odds. Okay. All right. Well, we will take it then. Okay. I mean, it seems like pretty good odds for the party actually right now in general. Okay. 10 seconds left. Here's to everybody who's about to fight. 9 level 0 characters, 3 level 1 characters in there. 56 total hit points, 5 per character. All right, let's go in. Blood cage time, everybody. Blood cage. Let's fight. Let's fight. Let's fight. Open the cage. Yeah, I know. We need to repeat those 5 TPKs that we had. Yeah, it's time for people to come in and get some 5 repeated TPKs. We've been there where it has been rough. We need some more TPKs. Okay. We're fighting 14 monsters right here. 12 PCs to 14 monsters, 12 PCs to 14 monsters, and 2 apes. 2 apes are in here. Okay, front line is Sun-Bleached Town Militia, Great Power, then Untrained Town Watchman, Tomocrat, then an awkward mercenary, Corey, then Stubby, Dave. Second line is therefore an indentured halfling burglar's apprentice, no fighters on the second row. That's Brent. Then a provincial smuggler, John, second row. A sullen woodsman, second row. That is Brianna Reynolds' character. Then an overworked porter, Angel G, right there, second line. Third row is then made up of rumpled porter, Sable Phoenix. Charity of the Ashlands, Daniel, right there. An untested herbalist, SKD Fish, right there. And then a tremulous cultist, Mrs. Dave, with 4 blood drops looking for 5. The tremulous cultist is in the back right here. So we're all going to be cheering for the tremulous cultist. All right, let's start the fight. Here we go. Indentured halfling targets the goblin. Okay, so we're starting this off with Brent's indentured halfling burglar coming in for 1 point of damage with a dagger to a goblin. Rumpled porter, Sable Phoenix, looking for something to do here, looking at Gremlin. We'll be able to cast? I'm not sure. It's a long way away. Comes up instead. Oh, is not able to attack this round. White Ape targets the indentured halfling. I believe White Ape is going to throw right here. White Ape, an indentured halfling burglar's apprentice, pivots and slips away 1 stamina point. Nothing else going right there. Kobold Crawler moves toward the rumpled porter to Sable Phoenix. Kobold Crawler throws into Sable Phoenix. 1 unhurt, 1 stamina loss only right there. Charity of the Ashland. This is Daniel looking to get some goblin right here. A long way away, though. We got clerics on the front line. Clerics forming a front line. Goblin then coming in to Charity. Retargets Rumpled Porter. 1 temporary HP lost. No wound right there. Untrained Town Watchman. Tomocrat comes in toward Goblin. An untrained Town Watchman closes 4 points of damage. A moderate piercing wound. Drives through the Goblin with a long spear. Goblin number 3 drops. Nice job. 12 PCs to 13 monsters. Tremulous Cultist, Mrs. Dave. Mrs. Dave looking at the Goblin. What's going to happen right here? Poison spray coming into the Goblin. Poison spray staggers, the Goblin staggers from 2-point wound. That's going to drop the Goblin right there. The Goblin with his crude spear. His lungs corrode and he drops to the floor right there. All right, 12 to 12 now. Sullen Woodsman. Brianna targets Goblin Runt. Retargets to Goblin number 4. Goblin is gashed for 2 points of damage with your hand axe, putting a hand axe into him, but doesn't drop him right there. Sun-Bleached Town Militia, great power. Now coming up to Gremlin number 1. 3 points of damage, a moderate piercing wound. Death claims the Gremlin. Goblin Runt goes into Sun-Bleached Town Militia. Great power, 2 points of damage. You're all right. You still have 3 out of 5. Great power. You still have 3 out of 5. Provincial Smuggler. This is John coming into Ratkin Mongrel. Looks like he's going to retarget toward Goblin number 2 with his short sword, coming in on the Goblin's flank. Slashed for 2 points of damage, a minor slashing wound. He does not drop, though. We are forming quite the battle line in Zone 2. Kobold Crawler wants to throw with his dart into the Provincial Smuggler's flank. As a matter of fact, John bites into his blessing. 1 temporary hit point gone. We're still okay. 12 PCs to 11 monsters. And Kobold comes up and wants to get some. Gremlin now looking for a new target down here at Tremulous Cultist. Mrs. Dave coming in with a jagged knife. 1 turned aside, 2 taking his injury, a minor slashing wound. We got to get you to 5. We got to do something about that. Slimeling now comes into Charity. Charity of the Ashlands takes 2 points of damage, 1 turned aside, 1 taking his injury. Okay, battle line moving up right here. Overworked Porter. Oh, coming down to help out Mrs. Dave. This is Angel G coming into Gremlin number 2. 4 points of damage, a moderate bludgeoning wound. The light fades from the Gremlin's eyes. Ratkin Mongrel targeting a Provincial Smuggler, coming into John with his bite, coming at 3 points of damage, bitten hard, but still hanging on right there. Okay, Untested Herbalist, SKD Fish, way back there in the back. Who is Fish looking at? Fish wants to move up towards some Goblin. Retargets to Slimeling. Will he be able to do anything? Yeah, he's able to cast Poison Spray at the Slimeling. Cast Poison Spray, 3 points of damage to the Slimeling, a moderate piercing wound. Drop Slimeling number 1. Does Slimeling have legs? Whatever it's got, its pseudopods buckle and it drops. Stubby, Dave, okay, looking at Goblin. It's going to be able to get there. Don't know. We've got the battle line forming. Oh, no, can't get there. I am sorry, Dave. Slimeling then targets Charity of the Ashland right there. Looking up, but can't. Where is Slimeling going? Slimeling's not going anywhere. Goblin now, a Sullen Woodsman, comes up to thrust at the Sullen Woodsman. The Sullen Woodsman braces and takes the impact. No damage. 2 points of damage right there. Awkward Mercenary also trying to get up there toward Goblin. Don't know if you're going to be able to get up there, and also attacks, moves back. White Ape, looking at Sun-Bleached Town Militia. Great Ape throws a boulder. Boulder coming into the Great Power. Hit for 1 point of damage, a minor bludgeoning wound. And comes up. It is 12 PCs to 9 monsters, and we are going into round number 2. So, Stubby, come on, Stubby. Want some White Ape this time. There we go. Comes up and moves instead to Goblin number 4. In Goblin number 4's flank, 7 points of damage, a tremendous bludgeoning wound. Sable says the apes are still untouched back there. Goblin lets out a snarl and drops. Provincial Smuggler John now looking at Ratkin Mongrel, coming in with a short sword. 1 point of damage. Ratkin Mongrel still is up. Untrained Town Watchman coming into White Ape. Goes for Slimeling number 2 instead. 4 points of damage. 2 piercing resistant. 2 taking his injury. Slimeling is still up. Zorn is readying the archers. A volley may be incoming right there. Daniel says we may need to get specialized text cards for enemies in the full release. Yeah, I see. Yes, slime legs, organs. Yes, maybe so. John drops. Provincial Smuggler drops, but is still alive right there. Is still alive. Tremulous Cultist, Mrs. Dave. What's Mrs. Dave going to do? Wants some White Ape. Going to come up. Closes with Goblin Runt instead. 5 points of damage with a sickle. Just comes in with a sickle to the Goblin Runt and cuts it open. The Goblin Runt's black blood is everywhere. Drops it. Okay, Rumpled Porter weaves Virtue around Charity. Gets 2 temporary HP. So got buffs Charity right there. 11 PCs to 7 monsters. Sullen Woodsman, this is Brianna, coming up to Ratkin Mongrel. Critical hit. Ratkin Mongrel is cut for 9 points of damage. Ratkin Mongrel drops to negative 8 points of damage. The Ratkin Mongrel drops dead. Blood pools beneath. Nice job. Nice job. Okay, Charity of the Ashlands goes to buff the saving throws of the Rumpled Porter right there. Kobold Crawler now coming up to Brianna, throwing a dart. Critical hit. Oh no, critical hit. A Sullen Woodsman is struck for 4 points of damage. A moderate piercing wound into Brianna. Brianna's still up, though. I thought that could be bad. I thought Brianna was about to drop. You're still up. Arrow Storm. Zorn loses 5 arrows. Zorn loses 5 arrows into the cage. An overworked Porter, Angel G, takes 3 points of damage. 1 turned aside. 2 taken as injury. Still up with 1. Dave Stubby takes 3 points of damage. 1 turned aside. 2 taken as injury at 5 of 7. An untrained Town Watchman, Tomocrat, takes 3 damage, 2 turned aside, and 1 taken as injury. Zorn trying to shoot you down from the top of the blood cage. Daniel's Charity, 3, 2 turned aside, and 1 taken as injury. Sable Phoenix, Rumpled Porter, bites deep, 3 points of damage right there. Sable Phoenix is now down to 1. 11 PCs to 6 monsters. This is quite the melee in here. Kobold Crawler, looking at the Great Power Sun-Bleached Town Militia, delivers only 1 point of damage. Great Power, you are still up. You've got 1 of 5 remaining. Slimeling now targets Untrained Town Watchman, swinging in 2 points of damage, a minor bludgeoning wound. Indentured Halfling, Brent, going into Goblin. Halfling versus Goblin. Classic matchup. 2 points of damage. That is enough to drop Goblin number 2. Nice job. Untested Herbalist, SKD Fish, now coming up to Kobold Crawler. We still have these apes in there. Goes to cast Poison Spray at Kobold Crawler in the flank. 3 points of damage, a moderate poison wound that lands clean. SKD Fish, nice job, takes out Kobold Crawler number 1. Portcullis, Ratkin Abomination with 2 Ratkin Gore children lurch into the cage behind the lines. It is now 11 PCs to 7 monsters. Ratkin Abomination comes up to Corey. 3 points of damage, 1 turned aside, 2 taken as injury. You are at 5 of 7. We have portcullis monsters behind our lines. Ratkin Gorechild able to get, I don't know where Ratkin Gorechild is trying to go. Let's see. Comes back the other way, goes into, but can't get there. Don't know what happened there. Ratkin Gorechild targets an overworked porter. Is he going to be able to get there and attack? I'm not sure. No. Awkward Mercenary there comes into Ratkin Abomination. Critical strike, no mercy. 7 points of damage to Ratkin Abomination. A tremendous piercing wound right there, but the Ratkin Abomination is still up. An overworked porter, Angel G. Now, closing with the Ratkin Gorechild, 5 points of damage with a club, a major bludgeoning wound. The Ratkin Gorechild expires on the cold stone. Sun-bleached Town Militia, great powers. Targeting White Ape. Great powers. Last stand, 1 HP left. Coming in on White Ape like a hero. 4 points of damage, moderate piercing wound right there. White Ape number 1 comes into the sullen Town Woodsman, struck for 3 points of damage, a moderate bludgeoning wound that drops. Brianna's sullen Woodsman has staggered once and falls forever. Then comes into Fish, critical strike with a fist. The untested herbalist takes 7 points of damage, 1 turned aside, and that drops the untested herbalist. Right there. Oh no, SKD Fish is down. 9 PCs to 6 monsters. White Ape now targets Sun-bleached Town Militia. This is great power. Struck for 4 points of damage with the Ape's fist. The great power drops. I am sorry. Right there. The Sun-bleached Town Militia is slain outright. Then Tomocrat, untrained Town Watchman. 3 points of damage, a moderate bludgeoning wound. Tomocrat drops. Okay. We have got 7 PCs to 6 monsters. It is now 7 PCs to 6, and we are going into round number 3. The first draw is Charity. Looking at this White Ape, Charity says, I want some White Ape. This is Daniel's character. 3 points of damage, a moderate bludgeoning wound taken to the White Ape right there. White Ape now goes after Stubby. This is Davinoff. Devastating strike. 9 points of damage, tremendous bludgeoning wound, crushes Stubby's head. Oh my God, crushes Stubby's head. I am sorry, Dave. This White Ape is on a killing spree, and Stubby has fallen, who has been in the blood cage 2 times. I am sorry. Your level 1 dwarf has fallen. F in the chat for Stubby. I am so sorry, Dave. Stubby has fallen. Mrs. Dave now also taking a pounding, 3 points of damage, a moderate bludgeoning wound. I don't know. A devastating blow ends the tremulous cultist. Oh, I am sorry. Reign of Terror. 4 kills in a row for that ape. F in the chat. A tremulous cultist. This is Mrs. Dave's character, who has 4 blood drops and was going for 5, has been slain by White Ape number 2, who is also a well-starred character. I am so sorry. The tremulous cultist has dropped. F in the chat. We have a serious fight on our hands right now. We are now down to 5 PCs. There are 6 monsters still in the arena. White Ape moves forward. Rumpled Porter weaves Virtue around Charity of the Ashlands, giving some temporary HP right there, trying to keep people alive and up. Ratkin Abomination now targeting an awkward mercenary. This is Corey right here, takes 2 points of damage, a minor slashing wound. Corey is still fighting with it right there, fighting with it. Indentured Halfling targets the White Ape. Underdog coming in against White Ape. What can you do? Only 1 point of damage to the White Ape, a minor slashing wound right there. Oh, Kobold Crawler now looking at Charity, coming up, stabbing with a long knife. 2 points of damage, a minor piercing wound. Sable Phoenix Rumpled Porter has dropped. We are now 4 PCs to 6 monsters. Awkward mercenary coming in, wants some abomination, fighting, brutal, critical. Finally rocked by 6 points of damage, a major slashing wound. Blood goes everywhere. Finally, Corey is taken down. Ratkin Abomination. The Ratkin Abomination staggers, twitches, and falls. Nice job. Nice job. Okay, Slimeling. Where is Slimeling going? Anywhere. We are glowing red in the blood cage now. Lots of blood. Slimeling comes in on Charity. 3 points of damage, 2 turned aside, 1 taken as injury, a minor bludgeoning wound. We are 4 PCs to 5 monsters. Overworked Porter. This is Angel G coming up to Kobold Crawler number 2. Struck for 3 points of damage, a moderate bludgeoning wound. Kobold Crawler drops. His body goes limp. Fell-handed. Nice job, Overworked Porter. 3 in a row. Woo! 4 to 4. Ratkin Gorechild now wants some awkward mercenary. Saw the Gore Strider fall. Only 1 point of damage. Oh, Corey is doing some work. He is holding out right there. Corey is really holding out. If we get out of this, it's probably because of Corey. White 8 number 1 comes into Charity. 5 points of damage, a major bludgeoning wound. Charity of the Ashland's body gives out. They are down, but their heart still beats. Can we get Daniel and Charity out of there? Are we going to be able to do it? 3 PCs to 4 monsters. Are we going into Zorn spares the worthy? Zorn spares the worthy. The heroes have survived the blood cage. Plus 13 XP each. 5 survivors share the spoils. Zorn has seen enough. He says, you have earned your gruel in the tavern tonight. You earned that. Whoa. Nice job. Whoa. Whoa. Zorn says, you've earned your gruel. Come and bed down in the stable. You have fought for me. Whoa. 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 But that was, yes. Sable says, so many level 1s lost. That was hard fought. That was hard fought right there. Whoa. Let's see. All right, let's turn the winch. Let's bring people up right here. Man, yeah, we lost a lot. Sable Phoenix, Rumpled Porter, Davinoff, Stubby, Untrained Town Watchman, dead. Charity of the Ashlands, incapacitated, made it out. Provincial Smuggler, incapacitated, made it out. Mrs. Dave, dead. Let's deploy the Goblin Medics. Goblin Medics 10 to wound. Goblin Medics 10 to wound. Okay, doing pretty well right there. Awkward Mercenary, Corey. Goblin Medics 10 to wound. All right, nothing going there. Angel G, no thing going right there. Provincial Smuggler, trying to get some help. Let's go to promotions. Anybody make it out of that to go for promotions? Indentured Halfling Burglar's Apprentice Brent, level 1. You made it out. Nice job. John, a Provincial Smuggler, Thief, level 1. You made it out. Provincial Smuggler, you made it out. Overworked Porter, Angel G, level 1 Cleric. You made it out. Awkward Mercenary, Corey, Fighter, level 1. You made it out. Nice job. Your wounds are washed away. All right, let's sort and dismiss. All right, does anybody want a VIP? Anybody in? Tomocrat has a Penniless Elf Minstrel in. Courtney has brought around the Trickster Zephyr. Does anybody want to go in? Kilbo, ready? Let's see. Anybody coming in? I'm going to have to get some water. I'm going to need some water before we got one more to go, right? Number 4. SKD Fish goes in for EPHPA. Drunken Hillbo. Okay. Super chat. SKD Fish is going in. Kilbo Baggins is going in. Kilbo Baggins is going in. All right. Thank you, SKD Fish. Let me grab some water. Why is my music not playing right over here? Tarnished Flagellant coming in. The Chosen One, Tabletop Scholar, SKD Fish, P9WR. Let's see. Trickster Zephyr also VIP'd in. Okay, so one more fight tonight. Angel says going to bed, but this is cool. All right, well, catch up. Tomocrat says buff my elf. Mrs. Dave says Kilbo Baggins at your service. Yes. Okay, Tomocrat. Tomocrat says no. Tomocrat wanted his elf buffed. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna take that down. Take that down, and then we're gonna go in for Tomocrat right there. Okay, I believe that's what we got. We should be right now. I'm gonna stop right there. I'm gonna get some water. I need some water in order to narrate our final fight for the night. Final fight for the night. All right. All right. What do I need to catch up on right here? What do I need to catch up on? Got water right here. Let's see. Were there any super chats that I need to catch up on? Did everybody get taken care of? Kilbo will avenge her fallen brothers and sisters right there. Tomocrat's elf got buffed. Okay, right there. So that was, I think I am caught up. All right, one more fight for tonight. One more fight. Let's go. One more fight. Here we go. Daniel says, just got in. NGRE. Wait a minute. What just happened? NGRE. Okay, it is buff. Let's see. That is in and then buffed. Well, NGRE is in and buffed. And I think that I need to turn. Oh, that's Harker. Oh, Harker is back. Okay, Harker is back, but that needs to come off. And that needs to come off. That needs to come off. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so yeah, when I'm here in the tavern, it will VIP characters. That's okay. So I'll look at that, but I can, if you say what you want, I can handle it. But yeah, so right now, so that's interesting that the bot doesn't recognize buff everything. Do I need to be right here with Tomocrat? I think so. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 VIP characters in there. Okay, all right, let's go. Let's play. Let's go to the holding cell. Let's go to the holding cell. Plenty of time. Courtney says I was also VIP. Yeah, the Trickster Zephyr, you are VIP. Yes, the Trickster Zephyr, you are VIP. I think you should be. All right, let's go to the holding cell. Let's go to the holding cell. Draft the party. Tabletop Scholar, the chosen one, you are in. You're Starborn, and you are here. SKD Fish, Drunken Hilbo Baggins, you are here and you are in. Tomocrat, Penniless Elf Minstrel, you are in. You are fully buffed. Courtney, Trickster Zephyr, you are in. Daniel, you are Harker the Unassuming, you are in and fully buffed. Inner Light, the Dull Mountebank, you are in. With the blessing of the fairy. Maid of Meat, an unassuming friar, you are in with the blessing of the fairy. Angel G, an overborn bandit. You are here with the blessing of the fairy. Brianna Reynolds, a guarded halfling farmer. You are in with with the blessing of the fairy. Tabletop Scholar goes in for two blessings. So the +2 temporary HP and +1 damage. Also down here, thank you. Brent says an untrained man at arms. You are in. Dave has a lurching porter in. And then Mrs. Dave has a defiant torchbearer. Inner light went in for +2 temporary hit points. Is everything, thank you very much, is everything like registering as it should be right here? Tabletop Scholar, SKD Fish, Drunken Hilbo. Are we buffing Hilbo tonight? Hilbo is in, but do we need Hilbo buffed? I kind of feel like we need Hilbo buffed. There we go. Okay, so Super Chat just came in. Thank you very much, SKD Fish. We got Hilbo a little extra help with the +2 temporary hit points. Does everything look right to everybody? SKD Fish goes into P9. Wait a minute. P9. Let's see. SKD Fish P9. Wait, what just happened? P9 WR. Oh, right there. Okay, Courtney, we got it. Okay, so right here. Courtney, that was in. We got it. That worked. Okay. All right, 9 seconds, everybody. 9 seconds, 6 seconds, 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1. Here's to everybody. This is a lot of blood drops in this fight tonight. There are a lot of blood drops in this final one tonight. All right, so here we go. Right here. Yeah, buff Courtney. Okay. All right, so let's go. No more buffs. Let's go fight. Here we go to the blood cage. Right here. Oh, SKD Fish is asking for only 1/8. Ha 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 ha. Let's find out. Whoop. Sable says this group better roll over this cage. Okay, 14 monsters. Oh, 2 apes. Yes, Dave says more apes equals more fun. More apes, more fun. Yeah, it's true. Okay, so 12 PCs to 14 monsters. 2 of them are apes. So let's start the fight. Let's look at our lineup. Untrained man at arms, Brent. There you are. Then second up is the chosen one, Tabletop Scholar. There you are. Harker the unassuming, Daniel, front line. Defiant Torchbearer, Mrs. Dave, front line. Second line is an overborn bandit, Angel G. Drunken Hilbo Haggins, Drunken Hilbo Haggins, SKD Fish, second line. A penniless elf minstrel Tomocrat, second line. A dull mountebank Inner Light, second line. Third line is a guarded halfling farmer, Brianna. Not too many Oh, no mages this time. Trickster Zephyr Courtney, third line. Lurching Porter Dave, back line. Cleric there. Unassuming Friar, made of meat. Pre-cleric there. No mages. We are going in with no mages this time. Okay, so we are relying on steel, basically. Here's to everybody. Start the fight. Here we go. Goblin. Okay, wants Tabletop Scholar to begin with. Tabletop Scholar attacks, swallowed by Protective Ward right there. Oh, he's injured right here. Okay, Chosen One decides to attack, is drawn next. Oh, no, Kobold Crawler, comes into Defiant Torchbearer. I'm sorry, that's what's going on. Kobold Crawler number 1 throws, deflected. Man, we haven't seen much deflection tonight, but there we go. Defiant Torchbearer pivots shield into the blow. Kobold Crawler's dart is ineffective. Kobold Crawler advances slightly in the background. Kobold Crawler also trying to get to Brent. Is the Kobold going to be able to throw? I'm not sure. Way back there in the back, doesn't look like it. Okay, great. Goblin now coming in on Harker, coming in on Daniel. Goblin thrust with a crude spear. 2 temporary hit points burned. No actual damage right there. So there we go. Penniless Elf Minstrel Tomocrat coming in at goblin number 3 with a firebolt, 2 points of damage, tries to burn some goblin flesh and does, but he is still up, and then he moves to the back right there. Chosen One, Tabletop Scholar, now it's your turn, coming into goblin number 3, 10 points of damage, a grievous piercing wound, shoves a short spear through the goblin's chest. The goblin falls with a thud right there. Dull Mountebank, Inner Light, targets the goblin as well. Let's cut them down. 2 points of damage to the goblin, a minor piercing wound right there. Goblin is still up with only 1 point. Hilbo Baggins wants some goblin. Let's take this thing down. Hilbo's coming around. Oh, but was not able to actually attack? Okay, Harker the Unassuming comes up to goblin number 2. 9 points of damage, drives a long spear through goblin number 2. Goblin number 2 collapses and is dead. Cave Imp now coming into Hilbo. Cave Imp coming into Hilbo. Strike absorbs it on the blessing. 1 temporary HP gone, but no injury right there. All right, come on, heroes. Now, White Ape coming up to a Dull Mountebank right here. White Ape number 2 is going to throw a boulder into Inner Light. 4 points of damage, 1 turned aside, 1 taken as injury right there. Goblin. Who's the Goblin want? Goblin wants the Chosen One. Might retargets to Inner Light's Dull Mountebank. 4 points of damage. Inner Light's Dull Mountebank drops right there. First loss, 11 PCs to 12 monsters. Slimeling's looking way away, trying to get to Harker the Unassuming, sliding around and can't do it. An Overborn Bandit. This is Angel G coming into the Goblin. Comes all the way around, attacks the Goblin, hit for 1 point of damage, a minor bludgeoning wound right there. All right, man, you were out there, came all the way around, tried to get into the Goblin's rear. Unassuming Friar comes in to the White Ape number 2, 3 points of damage, a moderate bludgeoning wound. White Ape all the way in the back looks at Angel G. Yes, Angel G is stuck out there right there. Throws the boulder at the Overborn Bandit. 2 points of damage, 1 turned aside and 1 taken as injury. We do not have a very good defensive line at the moment. We do not. White Ape also moves up. 11 PCs to 12 monsters. Slimeling comes into Overborn Bandit into the flank right there of Angel G. Overborn Bandit takes 3 points of damage, a moderate bludgeoning wound, and drops. We just lost one of our heroes. Angel G has dropped. Kobold Crawler all the way in the back, looking at a Defiant Torchbearer. This is Mrs. Dave. Going to throw at the Unassuming Friar. Hits on Borrowed Vigor. 1 temporary HP burned. No further damage right there. Defiant Torchbearer, Mrs. Dave, looking at the Goblin. Come on. Oh, goes to Slimeling instead. 9 points of damage with a dagger. Just opens up that Slimeling. Ooze goes everywhere in the blood cage. Nice job, Mrs. Dave. Opened up that Slimeling. Gremlin. Okay, Gremlin is now coming into the Defiant Torchbearer. Weathers the strike on the ward. You are still up. Still at 7 of 7. Still at 7 of 7. We have 10 PCs to 11 monsters. Guarded Halfling, Brianna, moving or trying to get toward this ape. Goes for Goblin instead, then goes to Cave Imp, trying to figure out where to go. Can you get up there and can you attack? No, cannot do it. Okay, Trickster Zephyr now targets White Ape. Looking for a way to attack. Do you have a ranged weapon? Don't know. Inching forward. No, we do not have a good battle line right here. Untrained Man-at-Arms coming into Goblin. This is Brent. Goblin takes 4 points of damage with a short spear and drops that Goblin right there. Goblin's legs buckle and it is over. Good job. Slimeling. Slimeling now coming down, trying to find something. Slimelings are slow. Sliding across the cage, can't get anywhere. Lurching Porter, Mrs. Dave, looking at the white ape, wants to get some, goes to Slimeling number 3 instead, and bludgeons this Slimeling with a club. Slime splatters everywhere. 10 PCs to 9 monsters. Ratkin Mongrel targets a Lurching Porter. Ratkin Mongrel lunges in to impale the Lurching Porter for 1 point of damage on his teeth right there. And it's now round number 2. It is round number 2. We got a slightly better looking battle line right now. 2 points of damage to the Torchbearer. Mrs. Davis now at 5 of 7 right here. Zorn readies the archers. We're about to take some archers who are standing along the top of the blood cage. About to do that. Drunken Hilbo Haggins comes into the Cave Imp. 7 points of damage, doing what Hilbo Haggins does. Cave Imp staggers, twitches, and falls. 10 PCs to 8 monsters, 10 to 8. Harker the Unassuming now also wants some white ape, trying to get someplace. Might have to retarget this gremlin. Yes, I believe so. Yes, comes into the gremlin instead. Harker comes in, 10 points of damage to the gremlin. 10 points of damage with a long spear to the gremlin. The gremlin's body goes limp, and it is finished. Okay, 10 PCs to 7 monsters now. Brent's Untrained Man-at-Arms, still trying to get this white ape, finally does in the flank. Come on, cut it down. Short spear, 4 points of damage. The white ape is still up, 1 of 8. Okay, Arrow Storm. Zorn looses the volley. We got to take 3 arrows here. We got to take 3 arrows. Chosen One, Tabletop Scholar. Arrow bites deep, 4 points of damage. Oh my God, 4 points of damage right there. Lurching Porter, Dave. Oh, arrow finds its mark. The Lurching Porter crumples to the cage floor, dead. The Lurching Porter is gone. 4-point moderate piercing right there. Guarded Halfling Farmer, Brianna, takes 4 points of damage, 3 turned aside, 1 taken as injury. Unassuming Friar goes resistance against an untrained man-at-arms. Will get advantage on saves, which is especially important for death saves, until the fight ends. White Ape now looking at, Hilbo Baggins going up to SKD Fish, coming in with a fist. 2 points of damage, 1 turned aside. Going to get an attack again. 1 point of damage. Oh my God. Hilbo Baggins is in the fight of his life down to 2. Hilbo Haggins is in the fight of his life down to 2. We got to take out that ape. We've got to take out that ape. Kobold Crawler comes into Brent's Untrained Man-at-Arms on the flank. Throwing blow lands. Protective Ward drinks it up. Temporary HP spent, but no wounds. Tabletop Scholar. Who do you want, Tabletop Scholar? Looking at White Ape. You really need to go for this other White Ape. Where are you going, Tabletop Scholar? Come on. What happened? Oh my God. White Ape coming into Made of Meat. 2 points of damage, a minor bludgeoning wound. Then comes into Brent, an untrained man-at-arms rock for 2 points of damage, a minor bludgeoning wound. We have got to cut these people up. It is 9 PCs to 7 monsters. The Chosen One was completely baffled. Underdog, Brianna coming up to White Ape, only hit him for 1 point of damage, 7 of 8. Kobold Crawler targets an untrained man-at-arms, throwing into man-at-arms flank. 1 point of damage to an untrained man-at-arms, a minor piercing wound. Portcullis, Ratkin Gorechild lurches into the cage behind the heroes. Ratkin Gorechild coming in, 9 PCs to 8 monsters. Ratkin Gorechild now coming up to Tabletop Scholar, sweeping in, deflected. The Chosen One deflects the Ratkin Gorechild's attack, 2 of 8. Woo! 9 PCs to 8 monsters. At least it's just one Gorechild. Tomocrat, Penniless Elf Minstrel. We need the caster to do some work here. Coming in on the White Ape's flank. White Ape is roasted for 3 points of damage, a moderate fire wound that leaves its mark. The White Ape's legs buckle, and it's over. Slimeling targets an untrained man-at-arms coming up to Brent. Oh, angles her shield and rides out the impact. Fracture spreads. Pieces of shield go everywhere, but you are all right. Kobold Crawler looking at untrained man-at-arms, also throwing into Brent. Deflected. The untrained man-at-arms deflects the blow again. Nothing going right there. Kobold Crawler 3 has nothing. We're still on round 2. 9 PCs to 7 monsters. We have the portcullis monsters in here. Ratkin Mongrel comes up to untrained man-at-arms. 1 point of damage. He is still hanging on. Okay, Trickster Zephyr, come up. Do some work for us. Please do some work for us. Retargets the Kobold Crawler. Cast Poison Spray. Hit for 3 points of damage. A moderate poison wound. Kobold Crawler falls with a final thud. Defiant Torchbearer wants some Ratkin Mongrel. Stepping up into the rear of Ratkin Mongrel, a Defiant Torchbearer strikes from behind. Ratkin Mongrel never sees it coming. 7 points of damage, cuts down Ratkin Mongrel right there. Ratkin Mongrel goes down permanently. 9 PCs to 5 monsters. We are now going into round 3. Kobold Crawler targets an untrained man-at-arms. Brent, you're going to take... Oh, deflected! An untrained man-at-arms deflected. Textbook deflection. Nice job. All right. 9 PCs to 5 monsters. Come on, surely we can clean this up and get this out of here. Kobold Crawler coming up to Defiant Torchbearer and is deflected right there. Defiant Torchbearer sets his shield and rocks it out. A perfect block. All right, come on, guys. Untrained man-at-arms coming up to Slimeling. Last stand, only 1 hit point remaining. Comes in, critical hit to Slimeling. 7 points of damage with a short spear. Man, Slimeling's resistance doesn't matter against piercing attacks right there. That was such a devastating strike. All right, so now 9 PCs to 4 monsters. The Chosen One, Tabletop Scholar, now coming up to Ratkin Gorechild. Cut him down. 10 points of damage. 10 points of damage. The Chosen One cuts down Ratkin Gorechild right there. Lets out a final snarl and falls. Oh, thank you very much, Dave. $1.99 super chat. +2 iron coins on Zorn's dungeon website. Thank you so much. Parker comes up to Kobold Crawler number 3. Kobold Crawler collapses and is dead. Parker is fell-handed. 3 kills in a row. Nice job. 9 PCs to 2 monsters. Now we seem to have this in hand. Will we all make it out, though? Courtney comes up to Kobold Crawler number 2. 1 point of damage, a minor poison wound. We still have the ape up, though. Come on. Okay, Courtney's getting out of here. Hilbo, take out this ape. Take it out, Hilbo. Hilbo coming in, critical hit. Finds the vitals, skewered for 9 points of damage. A grievous piercing wound. Drunken Hilbo Haggins cuts down the ape. Short spear drives it through the ape. That was exactly what we needed right there. That was exactly what we needed to make sure that we get out of this alive, because that ape could have taken people down. Goes into Kobold Crawler number 2, 5 points of damage. Major fire wound. Death claims the Kobold Crawler. Whoa, that is, we did some work. That is some work. 9 PCs up. Victory. 9 souls walk out alive. 9 made it out. Sable says all the named characters made it out. Kilbo is indeed epic. 8 XP to everybody. 3 who fell get 4, so everybody got 8 XP who made it through there, right there. Nice job, everybody. Hey, let's take a look at the leaderboard. We go through the winch room, then we go through the leaderboard. Winch room time. Okay, turn the winch. Kilbo has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 blood drops. Tabletop Scholar has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blood drops. And we've had some characters get through here. Yeah, we need some MVPs. We haven't seen MVPs. I kept thinking that we were about to see an MVP or something. Let's deploy the Goblin Medics. We haven't seen that called yet. Nothing going right there. Tabletop Scholar gets something back. Kilbo also gets a wound back. There we go. Goblin Medics tend the wound. Nice job. Kilbo's going to be back in action. Made of Meat, nothing going there. Brent, +1 HP, and then another +1 HP, and +3. The Goblin Medics are able to do some work on you right there. Nice job. Mrs. Dave goes up right there. I know. Kilbo's going to be ready to go back right into action tomorrow night. Promotions. All right. Untrained man-at-arms. Yeah, Brent, you get a 9. Yeah, no. So the MVP is difficult. The MVP is really difficult to get. Brianna, because not only do you have to do well, but you have to surpass everybody else in doing well. So if you have multiple people who do well, even if you have multiple people who do well, if you don't distinguish yourself, you're not the MVP. Cleric, level 1, Made of Meat. All right, let's sort and dismiss. How are we doing in the infirmary right now? 22 in the infirmary. We got 22 in the infirmary. Stiffy. Oh, did the fairy give gear tonight? No, we didn't give fairy gear tonight. We'll just hold that until tomorrow night. The fairy says there's one person who is worthy of gear. That may change by tomorrow, so no, we won't do that. I guess we'll just hold that until tomorrow night. There's only one character that the fairy deemed worthy of gear tonight. Infirmary, so we'll do that tomorrow. Portia, cheap fairy again. The fairy is still trying to get some just having to scavenge the dead for gear. I'll talk about that later. How do you become worthy of gear? We'll talk about that later. Let's see. So 22 characters. Let's go to the stable. Everybody in the stable. We got 196 characters in the stable. Let's go to the leaderboard. Okay. So most kills, the chosen one goes up by 21. There we go. See that better now? So most kills, 21. The tabletop scholars, the chosen one, 17. Boars, right behind him. Then Reginald Ironsides, 15. Drunken Hilbo comes up to 14, right there. Let's see. Victor Argyle, then Sir Lenos, Fell-Handed Fae, 10 total kills, +5 kills. +5 slots, +3. Parker the Unassuming is now number 9 in most kills. Enoch, let's see. Tremulous Cultist, Mrs. Dave, who fell, had 7 kills, had come up 4 slots, but died. A Defiant Torchbearer, Mrs. Dave. The Defiant Torchbearer needs a name, Mrs. Dave. Bang name, space, dog tag, space, new name. And that's, I don't have the dog tag right here. I can't tell you what the dog tag of the Defiant Torchbearer is right now. All right, so you got to have 5 kills to get on the leaderboard of the top 25. Cage MVPs, that hasn't changed. Boars, Ariste, and Chosen One have 2 MVPs each. There are only 12. There are only 12 characters with MVPs. Boss Slayer, Reginald Ironside, Sable Phoenix is still leading there. The Chosen One with Tabletop Scholar has come up to number 5 with 3 major monsters slain. The major monsters right now are the apes and also the portcullis monsters. Let's see. Sir Hector Goldenrod of Corey is now at 2. Drunken Kilbo Haggins also has 2 now. Hilbo is a bit behind as far as like major kills go, but been doing work nonetheless. But 2 is extremely respectable. There's only one person on the top 25 that only has 1 kill of a major monster. Damage dealer. Let's see. The Chosen One puts more damage on the board, plus 20 tonight for 156 total points of damage in his career. Harker the Unassuming comes up 1 spot to number 4, plus 27 points of damage tonight. Drunken Kilbo Haggins goes up plus 16, remains at number 6 on this list for 87 points of damage. Amended Temple Initiate goes up 1 for +3. Fell-Handed Fae comes up 6 slots, now at 14 with 46 points of damage. A Defiant Torchbearer comes up +8 to 16. Tremulous Cultist up. Prince Adrian on the board for the first time, 34 points of damage, Inner Light. All right, and you got to have at least 30 points of damage to be on the all-time damage dealer list. Most Bruised, the Chosen One goes up 4 slots to because of +4. Stubby has taken 21 points of damage and is dead. So Renee has taken 22 points of damage. The Chosen One has matched that. Bronze Bottom is still the most damaged, but he was most damaged and died. Oh, Kilbo Haggins is actually number 7 on the most all-time most damaged, with having taken 19 points of damage. Garrick the Dwarf Taylor, Brent, 18 points of damage. Bronan is still really trying to recover, is on number 12 for how many points of damage? 17 points of damage, but survived. Boars is 14. At one time, Boars had taken a lot of damage, but now down at number 25 down here. Biggest hit, anybody change right there? Trin is still leading us with 20 points of damage. Harker, 18. Famished Blacksmith's Apprentice, 16. SF, where's SF? That needs a name. Daily Biscuit, 16. Lots of people with 16. Sir Leno, 16. Mended Temple, 16. Chosen One, 16. This is biggest single hit. Broden won't see the battlefield until August. He really got battered. He really got battered. An Anxious Elf Minstrel, 15. Reginald Ironsides has done 14, I believe that was. You got to do at least 12 to get on the leaderboard right there. Most XP, Boars, 173. Chosen One, 140. Once we start getting treasure, we'll get XP faster. Hilbo Haggins is now also with 53 XP right there. Most blood drops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Boar. Oh, yeah, over here it's counting 8. 8 blood drops. Oh, so the Chosen One is now tied that. The Chosen One now also has 8 blood drops. Victor Argyle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hilbo has 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. That's come up 3 slots with +1. So Hilbo, I mean, awesome right there. Reginald Ironsides, 5. Mended Temple Initiate of Dave needs a name right here for Mended Temple Initiate. Renee Dulac with 4. Fell-Handed Fae now has 4. Trickster Zephyr appears the first time with 4. Harker the Unassuming comes up with 4. Defiant Torchbearer Mrs. Dave has 3. I need to get the dog tags on here so people can do this. So people can rename as we're looking on the leaderboard. SK Fish is the only halfling going insane on the leaderboards. Yes. Best defense. The Chosen One comes up 2 slots for number 3. So our top are Boars with 19, Victor Argyle 11, the Chosen One also 11. Coming up 2 slots this time for +1 defense. We didn't see a whole lot of defense tonight. But Defiant Torchbearer Mrs. Dave has come up, has gotten 2 more, so moves up 12 slots. Nice. All right, so what happened tonight? There were 63 things that died tonight. 63 creatures killed tonight. 12 characters fell. There were 2 new champions. Boars is still, I don't understand why Boars says Cage MVP. I'm not sure about that. But that's not a new champion. Boars is still there. We dealt 399 points of damage tonight. 399 points of damage, 63 total kills, 12 characters fell. Here are our fallen: Tremulous Cultist, Stubby, Lurching Porter, a Scratched Blacksmith's Apprentice, Weather-Beaten Alchemist Assistant, Nick Hexam, a Sullen Woodsman, Urio the Graceless, Cynical Elf Minstrel, Excommunicated Elf Lore Master's Apprentice, Rumpled Porter, and Hunted Pilgrim. There we go. Pour one out. Yes, exactly. SKD Fish. Warriors the Night, Fell-Handed Fae, +3 kills. Lots of people had +3 kills. Fell-Handed Fae, Bonnaroo, Courtney, Prince Adrian, Overworked Porter, Sir Hector Goldenrod. Log in to zornsdungeon.com if you haven't already. You'll be able to name your characters who have reached level 1 And also, when you log in, you'll have enough iron coins to give a character a free VIP if you want to see somebody VIP. Tomorrow night, most damage tonight, Harker the Unassuming with plus 27. Prince Adrian did 26 points of damage. Bongaro did 25. Chosen One, 20. Defiant Torchbearer, 16. And blow of the night was Boneros. This is Courtney's character, who did critical damage, 11 points of damage, with a hand axe to a Ratkin Gore child. So there we go. That's what happened tonight. Thank you so much for being with me tonight, everybody. That was amazing. I do have stuff to work on because, yes, there are some pathfinding problems. I've still got to go back to last night's episode, get some work done on that, then go back to tonight's episode, and I'm going to get on that right now because, yes, those pathfinding issues are something that we got to get fixed. So I'm going to go try to squelch that right now. All right, later, everybody, please. Thank you so much for being here. Go forth, be creative, be constructive, and I will see you tomorrow night. Later, everybody.